Do you guys like big numbers? Did you guys also get screwed out of getting Zhao because you got a Diluc instead on the 50-50? Make sure you watch till the end so you can do big numbers just like this. Oh my god, why are you doing this to me? Nice. Oh my god. On a real note though, guys, this is my Diluc guide. It's gonna give you guys tips and tricks on how to play him early game, how to build him late game, and how to do big damage as a free-to-play player. Just a little side note, yes, I did get a C1 Diluc. However, you guys can still do massive damage just like my Diluc if you guys run the proper set on him, which I don't have. So even though I have C1 Diluc, you can still hit for 100k if that makes sense. Okay, we're gonna start off with weapons. Weapon choices for Diluc. I'm currently running the prototype Archaic. I don't know why they changed the name. It looks like it just went under the radar for whatever reason. But that's what I'm running. As a free-to-play player, that's what you should also be running on Diluc. There's not really another 4-star out currently that does as much damage as prototype does. Now, if for whatever reason you can't get this weapon yet, whether you can't craft it because you're not high enough level, or you crafted a different weapon and you haven't gotten a drop yet, you can run another 4-star, or you can just go to a 3-star for now. The Debate Club is what I would recommend for any new player or any player that doesn't have the prototype Archaic. There's not really another weapon that does as much damage as that weapon. Could run Blood Tainted Greatsword, but it's just not as good as just doing more damage. Doesn't give as much stats. And then obviously, if you have 5-star weapons, Wolf's Gravestone, Skyward Pride, any of those 5-star weapons you can use on Diluc, and he'll still pump up some massive damage. And now we're going to get into good artifact sets for Diluc. If you are below AR 40, chances are you probably haven't farmed for Crimson Witch on him yet. So I would recommend running either a 2-piece Sojourner or Sojourner, however you want to say it. I don't know. 2-piece Berserker, 2-piece Braveheart, or 2-piece Martial Artist. Those are the main early game DPS artifacts, and those are going to give you the most damage until you can farm a new set for them. Once you get past AR 40 and you can start farming for golds or better artifacts, I would recommend going for Crimson Witch of Flames. You can go for gladiators, but you're probably going to only get those from boss drops, and those aren't as consistent. Crimson Witch is very good for Diluc because it synergizes perfectly with his kit, and it gives you increased vaporize and melt damage, which you're most likely going to be running a hydro or cryo support with Diluc for extra damage. Overall, I don't think any sets beat this set out for Diluc, so if you want to farm a set for him, it's going to be this set. And if we're going to go into talents for Diluc, obviously you want to get him all to 6. But if you want to choose which ones you want to get above 6, I would recommend going with your normal attack or your E first. Depends on which one you prefer. The E does have a cooldown though, so I went with the normal attacks first. But eventually I got them all up. And then your alt, you can do that second or last. It's up to you. And another thing that's pretty important that I don't see a lot of other guides talking about is the fact that this talent gives you 20% bonus pyro damage after you use your ultimate. And why that's so important is because I'll show you real quick. So before you use your ultimate and you use your E, it's going to do about 44k. Okay, that wasn't a crit. So, okay, 12k. That was a crit. And that was before using it with your ult. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like after you use your ult. I'm going to throw it away from these people so that way it doesn't kill them and I can get my ult real quick. Okay, so now you have 20% increased pyro damage. So now you do it. 13k. So as you can see, that is more damage. So if you want to save your E, I see most people go, normal attack E, normal attack E, normal attack E or whatever, or just E, 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 and then they ult. But what you really should be doing when you're about to fight enemies is you want to ult first, and then you want to use your E's because it'll be more damage. And then lastly, we're going to go into team comps for Diluc. Obviously, you're going to want a Cryo or a Hydro user. If you have Ganyu, you can use Ganyu, but I prefer my Ganyu with my Klee, so I use Xingqiu with Diluc. Xingqiu allows Diluc to prop vaporize very consistently, and it adds a lot of damage compared to other cryo supports in the game. So overall, Xingqiu is probably Diluc's best support. But if you don't have Xingqiu, you can use Kaya, you can use Barbara even, or Diona, or Chungus. Anyone that can pretty much proc vaporize or melt with Diluc is a good support, but these two are probably the best. Now for your third slot, you can run Sucrose if you want the big numbers. But I prefer Zhongli and Venti just because they're broken. But if you don't have these two or Sucrose, you can run any other support pretty much that You switch to them, you pop their ability, it stays in the field. You pop their alt, stays in the field, or does some kind of awesome ability, and you can switch back to Diluc, and then you can just wail on them again. You can use Fischl, you can use Zhangling or Xinyan if you don't have Bennett. It just depends on what you need or what you want. And then for your last slot, usually a healer. Bennett is insane if you have Bennett for Diluc because it's the 2-piece Pyro, and Bennett already gives tons of damage, and he's pretty much a 5-star. You can run Barbara if you don't have Bennett for extra healing, Diona, anyone really. Or if you think you're a god and you just don't need healing at all in the game because nothing touches you, then anyone else, I guess, for increased damage, I suppose. But I would recommend healing. So that's team comps. That should be it for the guide. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure you guys drop a like and let me know what you guys want to see next. If there's anything I didn't touch on with Diluc or any team comps you want to know about, go ahead and feel free to ask in the comments. I'll go through and reply to those and let you know my opinion. I will be going live later today because there's a new event, and I'm currently trying to get Zhao. So if you guys want to watch me suffer today, and hopefully I can get Zhao if we're lucky, make sure you guys stop by the stream, twitch.tv/GeoBlaster. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.